So today we're going to be making a very interesting procedural shader. We're going to be making some dinosaur skin in Blender 4.2 and we're going to be using the Cycles rendering engine. So yeah, this is actually a fun little tutorial. I enjoyed this, and if you ever have a dinosaur project, now you have some nice looking reptilian dinosaur-ish kind of skin that you could throw on your model, and it's procedural, so that's also always a plus. So if you want to learn how to make this relatively simple little shader, let's jump into the tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoy the final result. Okay, so I've got a little scene set up here. All I have is a UV sphere, and I've taken a bunch of area lights and duplicated it around just for some nice lighting. Very basic and simple scene. You can set up whatever you want. The main thing is make sure we are working in cycles under your render engine, and obviously using a GPU will speed things up. And with the max render samples, I always set mine to 50 or so when I'm working on a tutorial to speed things up, but you can go ahead and bump that number up if you want a better quality result with the rendering. So the main thing is here, once you have an object you can work with, select it, go over to your material properties, click new, and let's call it Dino Skin. You can call it whatever you want, but we're making dinosaur skin. So with it selected, we're going to go over to our shading workspace. And now that we've created a material, we've just got the standard principled BSDF that comes default. And now we're just going to plug a whole bunch of things in here to make some dinosaur skin. So let's start by coming here to our base color. We're going to drag on it, and we're just going to type in ramp. And then we're going to go with the color here for the color ramp. There we go. And then we want some texture here, so we're going to use a noise texture. So we're going to click and drag on the factor input here, let go, and just type in noise. And let's go with the noise factor option here. So the noise texture, and it's the factor going to the factor. And let's take a scale. I think 8 works really good, but later on you're more than welcome to adjust the scale here and tweak around with it. And then we're going to come here and make this detail 4. Let's make the roughness 0.6. and a distortion 0.3. Okay, so that's some settings that are going to work really nicely for us. And you just want to grab the vector here and just drag on it and type in coordinate. And by the way, just typing in COO will bring that up pretty quickly. So I'm just going to go get the object for the texture coordinate. Well, I guess we could work with the object, but I think maybe in this case generated might work a little bit better. But you can play around with that. But let's just go with generated for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this color ramp here, and for now let's just go Z and go into rendered view. And for now let's just make some colors here with these kind of tabs here. So we're going to drag the first tab down. We're just going to click on it, and I think they're called swatches, but we're going to take the first one and we're going to make it kind of like a greenish color. I'm going to drag this value down to make it darker, and maybe make it a little bit less saturated. Maybe a little bit darker in the value. Something like this, kind of like an avocado green. And then we're going to go plus to create another slider, drag it up. And this one we'll go ahead and make it lighter in value. Maybe a bit less saturated, something like that. Or maybe a bit darker, I think, in value. There we go. You can always adjust it later. And then we're going to go plus to create another slider. And this one will make kind of more like a into the browner value here, but still green. And then we'll grab this one and drag it up, and with this one we'll just go ahead and make it lighter in value. And let's kind of go with like a sort of, I don't know what kind of color that would be, kind of like sandy kind of red. And then you can just adjust the spacing here, try and make it as even as possible. Something like that should be fine, and it kind of gives us this nice base for like a dino skin. But without the proper texture, the colors here are not going to help us. So also another thing I might do is just come here to the noise texture and just bump this distortion down to 0.2. I guess looking a bit better. So now let's work on creating some really cool looking bump here. So we're going to take our normal here on the principled. I'm going to click here and drag on it and type in bump, and there we have a bump node going in here. And then we're going to go shift A search and get a color mix, a mix color. Place it over here, and we're going to come here and take the mix and make it darken. And we're going to take the result and let's plug that into the height. And then we're going to go shift A search and get a noise texture. And we're going to go shift A search and get a Voronoi. So type in Voronoi. There we go. Put the Voronoi underneath the noise texture. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the factor here, plug it into the top input, which is the A. And we're going to take the distance over here on the Voronoi and plug it into B. And then let's take the detail on the noise to 9. And we're going to come here and take the distortion to 0.2. And then we're going to come down here to the Voronoi and let's make the scale 15. Let's make the detail 7. And the randomness, we'll leave that as it is. And maybe let's just take the roughness up to 0.6. Okay, I think that's looking really good. Okay, so now we also want to come here to the factor and make it 0.75. And to hone in this a little bit, what we're going to do is we're going to go Shift A, search and type in ramp. Let's place a color ramp in between the noise texture and the darken here. And let's just drag this value up a little bit here, like so. And let's just also come here to the bump strength for now. Let's make it 0.3. Okay, that's looking a bit better. And then let's duplicate this color ramp, Shift D, and place it on here between the Voronoi and the B input of the darken here. And that's about right, but what we need to do, we need to also give them the same texture coordinates. Let's grab the texture coordinate here, take the generated and plug it into the vector of the noise and into the vector of the Voronoi. But if you look at the texture now, we're still not having that Voronoi come out the way we want here. So what we need to do here is just come to the method here, change it from F1 and then go distance to edge. And then that's, so what I'm going to do is just take the color ramp over here and maybe just slide it down almost to the very bottom here and then bring the white down just a bit. So it's very sensitive with the Voronoi here. But if you want to, you can also take the factor up a little bit or down a little bit. So when we take it down a lot, we get much less of that scale effect. So taking this up can really help. So I think we're going to go to 0.9 here. That'll give us a pretty good result. And let's just take a bump and take it up to 0.45. Okay, that's looking really good. So now we just want to do something with the roughness here. So what we're going to do, we're just going to steal some of the stuff we already have here. So let's just take this darken. Let's plug that into the roughness, so the mix here that we've set to darken. And that's way too glossy, so we're just going to go Shift A, search and type in invert. Should have a invert color, here we go. Place it on here. And now we can adjust this to whatever we have. So if we go all the way down, it's very glossy. If we go up a little bit, it's more mixed. So I'm going to go with something like 0.6, 0.6.5, around about there. And now we can see this is what we have. So let's go ahead, make sure to save. And now let's go render and just render the image. And here we have it. We now have some nice looking dinosaur skin. You can always mess around at any point with your color ramp here. If you want to just blend the colors a little bit of a different way, you can always come here and adjust the scale on the dino skin. And the bump strength here will play a big part in how much texture you have coming through. So making it lower will give you a bit of a different result. And you can also mess around with the factor here on the mix for how much of that sort of scale look you want to come through. And you can always mess around with the sliders here to adjust the contrast on the dino skin. So those are just a few of the things you can do. And obviously you can take the main noise texture up here and you can adjust the scale of the color over here as well. And that's about it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial on making some dinosaur skin in a Blender. Yeah, I'll upload the final result to my Patreon as well. You can check that out in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time.